This pampered princess is apparently living in a $3,500 a month hotel, right? It's a sweet life if you can afford it. Englishwoman Lauren Tickner, 25, a self proclaimed digital nomad, has explained why she chooses to live in a five-star hotel in Dubai in a video posted on YouTube. Tickner pays $3,500 monthly to live in a two-bedroom, three-bathroom Marriott hotel suite equipped with a living room, kitchen, and washing machine. Tickner says she sees her living expenses as an investment, not a cost, and said life in the hotel is simpler because she doesn't have to deal with landlords or pay utility bills. She also claims she is saving money on taxes by living in Dubai and that it is cheaper than London anyway. Now, if I do remember correctly, based off my memory, not necessarily by purely fact, I believe the rental rates within like the city of London, right? Like the main area, right? The ideal area of London is like disturbingly high. And I believe also in London it's almost impossible to actually buy like an apartment or a condo or a house like at all. Right? I think it's apparently like extremely crazy, like extremely expensive. So it's crazy that the amount I spend on my living is more than most people my age make per month. That's true. That is very true. The majority of people in their 20s, mid 20s, do not even make $3,500 per month, right? So the fact that she's able to spend that amount of money per month is actually pretty crazy, right? And also, another thing to really think about it too, which a lot of people don't really understand. Put it into perspective. Because technically speaking, anyone can become a millionaire by automatically investing like $300 plus per month on autopilot into basically an index fund that poops out basically like an 8 to 9% annual return. So after like the next couple decades, like two, three, 4 decades, you could potentially become a millionaire, right? So she's spending like 10 times that amount on a hotel, on her living expenses. So that's something to like really keep in mind, right? Like I don't know what she does in terms of like her other personal finances, but if she's not putting money towards investments, but she's willing to put money towards her living expense like this, it's kind of stupid, right? But if she's spending this amount of money, where it's saving her so much time to where she can then make way more money to put towards her emergency fund, investments, projects, working on a business, all that kind of stuff, right? To generate way more money long term, then it makes sense, right? Because there's just less hassle. But let's continue. I just like living the nomadic lifestyle because I like how I'm not locked into any contracts here and I can just pick up and go whenever I want to, Tickner added. And this is the thing, right? I perfectly understand the love for freedom, which is the main thing about this, right? It's a love for freedom, it's a love to not be tied down. That being said, if it doesn't financially make sense, you should not be doing it. Dun, 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 dun. So Lauren Tickner says she saves money because her hotel restocks her room with fresh bottles of water, and that's not really saving money. So Tickner said that living in the hotel makes her feel like I'm a kid again because I have all my stuff done for me, noting that the hotel provides her with fresh water bottles each day, cleans her room while she's gone, delivers meals to her, and drops off packages straight into her room when she's not home. Getting into the freshly made hotel bed every single night, oh man, this hefty investment, that alone makes it worth it, Tinkner said while wrapped under the covers. Now, again, this is all kind of like a personal preference kind of thing, right? Because another way to think of it, right? Because depending on where you are located, $3,500 a month could actually be like a mortgage payment for like a small mansion. To put that into perspective, right? Determining on like where you actually live in like the United States. So, if that's the case, you could probably get way more square footage for that same amount of money. But what a lot of people don't really factor in is the time commitment into like managing the property and also the monetary commitment. So like another example is like let's say that you were to let's say that you were originally driving like a Toyota Prius, right? But you now got the money to go buy a Lamborghini. So you go buy a Lamborghini, a brand new Lamborghini. But it happens to be a Lamborghini Aventador. Well, that Lamborghini Aventador is going to be basically breaking down nonstop because it's an Aventador, right? Looks cool, super expensive, looks super nice, but guess what? The reliability, the maintenance cost on it is just going to be so much higher. Thus, yes, you can afford it, but at the same time, it's costing you so much money. And also, if it spends so much time in the shop getting repairs or work done to it just so that it can function, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of even buying the car. Another one is like, okay, you could live in a mansion, but if you're the only one living in the mansion and you're having to basically manage it, take care of it, change all the air filters, change all this other stuff, you basically spend like a couple hours every single day just making sure that your household is okay, right? That is not super sloppy and dirty, right? Especially if you have pets or something, it could get dirty within a couple seconds, right? But if you live in a hotel and they literally do everything for you, right? Maybe it makes sense depending on your lifestyle, your personal lifestyle choices, and your personal finance situation, right? Like if she's making like 20K per month, but she's spending like 3.5K per month on her living expenses in this hotel, that's perfectly fine. Like financially speaking, that is perfectly fine. That will basically have no impact on her future at all, right? Like it's negligible, right? That's something to keep in mind. You got to really wonder like, okay, how much money are you actually making per month to where spending $3,500 per month for a hotel makes sense financially speaking. I'm not just talking about like personal preference in terms of lifestyle. I'm talking about financial. So commenters on her video expressed support for Tickner's lifestyle, while some expressed shock at the whopping price of her lifestyle. Let's see. Unreal, pampered like the princess you are. Love it, said one commenter, while another said, $3,500 is a lot, honestly. To keep it in mind, you could literally like lease like a brand new, I think, Lamborghini Huracan, and also like a 2 to 3 thousand square foot property with this amount. Like it's kind of crazy, depending on where you're located, obviously, but still, that's honestly a lot of money. So, despite her luxurious lifestyle, Tickner claimed she is not comfortable spending money and is trying to improve her money mindset so she can be more at ease with buying nice things for herself. So, here's the thing perhaps she's making like a disgusting amount of money per month. Who knows? Maybe she's making like 50K a month. I don't know, right? But either way, like it's actually a pretty interesting thing. Hold on. You know what? Let's. Eh, YouTube Lauren Tickner. Uh, okay, let's check.
Dubai is a metropolis for.
So Lauren Tech Nerd 37.2.
I know.
Blah, 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 blah. Our turn as our CEO and founder sits down with our head of brand, Tom, to share a story with you. Okay, so she's a fitness coach. Okay, interesting. So hold on. Bum, 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 bum. Ba 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 ba. Lauren learned from being a fitness coach. Ba 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 ba. Interesting. It doesn't really seem like she has like a actual website. She has a top 10 podcast ranked top 10 in the world by NASA called Impact School. Interesting. So she has a top 10 podcast. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, she must be making a good amount of money. So who knows? Maybe let's see. Wait, let's see. Let's see. Ron Tickner videos. 100K 1 million. Hire employees. Blah 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 blah. Bum, 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 bum. 1 million without sales calls. Okay. So apparently she's already made 1 million. Apparently. She apparently made 58,000 in 1 day. Interesting. So I guess she's like a fitness coach and she probably helps other fitness coaches, I'm guessing. Right? So either way, interesting. So she is potentially making like, I'm just guessing, 7+ figures a year, if that is the case. So if that is the case, if she is actually making 7 figures a year, then the $3,500 a month on like a hotel spend literally doesn't matter personal finance wise at all. Like it honestly doesn't, right? So like let's put it into perspective, right? Let's see. Calculator. So 12 months in a year times 3.5. Well, actually, no, let's do this. 3,500. Okay, so she's spending $42,000 per year if she were to stay in this hotel or similar living experiences, right? That is not even like a tenth of her yearly income. If at minimum she's making 1 million a year, it has literally no impact on her finances. Like that's the reality, right? Like that's like basically the equivalent of someone making like 100K per year, not even spending 10K per year on housing, basically, right? Actually, no, it'd be more like someone making 100K per year and not even really spending, not even like 5K per year on housing. Like, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. So, it really has no big impact on her life. So, keep that in mind. If you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money, go to 40inbox.com. Either way, this is not a stupid financial decision purely because of most likely her making like seven figures plus per year in income.